Hello and welcome to our documentary.
Right now we are in Sutherland Public School and the documentary is about Sutherland Public School. So we hope you enjoy.
And we tried our best.
Let's go!
We will now see our crew. I'm Mateo.
Hello, I'm Shiloh.
I'm Christina.
Hi. Yeah.
It's me, Tessia. Yay.
Quick exclaimer, Tazy is not going to be here for most of the shots.
And as well as Christina.
Christina's not going to be here for the ending shot.
Stop putting your head out of the camera.
Yeah. This is the playground.
This is the bathroom.
Wait.
Nerd.
This is the body bench.
This is Block A. This is the sand pit. These are the two colas. This is Block B. This is Class 56H and 4H. The history of Sutherland Public School. Sutherland Public School was made in 1886. The first building ever made was and still is here and is now known as B Block. There were only 4 permanent buildings. 3 were for railways and the 4th was for a store/store owner, not including the original Sutherland Public School, of course. The total amount of the building was $294. Sutherland Public School was still open in World War I and World War II. Sutherland Public School was a high school with a population of 240 students. The teachers and parents had a meeting. We now know that as P&C. The meeting had agreed that the senior students should share a gun for protection during the horrible times. Sutherland was built in a place with lots of railways, so it was easy for the students to get to school. Back then, only boys came to school. Mothers and women had to stay home and do house chores, where the men and fathers went to war. If you were 18 and over, you were immediately sent to war.
I want to know everything about my students. I want to know what makes them happy, what they think they're good at, what they do at home, what their hobbies are. I want to be able to help them to see where they need to improve. So I could say to you, what are you really good at? But then I'm going to say to you, what do you think you're not very good at? So that way I know what to help you with.
I'm most frustrating at teaching.
Most frustrating. I think the most frustrating part of teaching is when you run out of time. So you do this amazing thing, you think that the kids are really enjoying it, and then the bell goes. So then you have to stop. So the most frustrating thing is getting the kids all excited about everything and then not being able to do it. So then having to stop and come back to it later. When I was little, I had someone really close to me, my little sister, and she struggled with her school. Sounds very difficult. And I watched how her teachers helped her. They made a difference to her. So then I wanted to make a difference. Other children
Is this the first school you've
No, it's not. I taught, my very first school was down on the south coast. Then I taught in Thailand. Then I taught in China. And then I taught in Sydney City by the Harbour Bridge. And then I taught down the south coast again. And now I'm here. I have been teaching in primary schools for about 8 years. I like the fact that at Sutherland Public School, all kids want to learn. They want to be at school, they find things interesting, they bring you, they young with eyes, they
to learn about your students in order to be the most helpful, to them?
I thought these questions were going to be about what food I like. So this is quite interesting.
Yes.
Can you repeat the question? What do you think?
How much do you want to learn about your students in order to be most helpful to them?
How much do I want to?
Yeah.
I want to learn a lot because the more I know means the more I can help my students and actually teach them things they enjoy and things they need.
Okay.
What do you find most frustrating about teaching?
The students.
It's okay. Why did you want to be a teacher?
I wanted to be a teacher because I had a friend when I was younger who had, he had 2 brothers and then his family adopted 3 other of their cousins. And so there were 5 young children and I used to play with my friend and there used to be 5 of me looking after the 5 little ones while my friend was kind of sick of them, and I enjoyed playing with them and teaching them things, and my friend was over having 5 other people at home. So that's kind of what got me into it. I was like, I really like this. It's fun teaching people and playing the games, and yeah.
Is this your first school you have taught?
No, I taught at Illawong Public School first, then Janelli Primary School, then Kurnell Primary School, and then
Okay. How long have you been teaching?
6 years.
Last question.
What is your favourite thing about Sutherland Public School?
I love say silly answer about cake, but I actually really like how multicultural it is and how many different cultures there are, how there's so many different varieties of student and different people at this school. I think it makes it very special.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Upton. Do you like Sutherland Public School?
Of course I like Sutherland Public School. It's my favourite school in all of the world. Best children, best teachers.
Okay. Next question. How can I improve Sutherland Public School?
How could we improve Sutherland Public School? Every year we try and make improvements to our school so that our students are learning more, they're doing their best, they're working as hard as they can, and most of all they're enjoying our school. So some of the things we're working on over the next couple of years is to improve the playground. So there's lots of activities for children to involve in, that it's nice and safe, and we've got lots of variety in the playground. So that's one of the things we're working on.
How do you like learn about students and how?
Good question. How do I get to know about my students? So lots of things, lots of different ways. One, I like to be out in the playground sometimes and talk to the children. I talk to parents that drop off and pick up. I talk to the teachers. A lot of your teachers have meetings when they're not in class working with you. They might be working with their supervisors or with me. And we talk about all of the children in every class and how they're learning, how they're coping, are they doing their work, what do they need help on, are they getting on with friends, are they behaving well. So there's lots of different ways that I find out information. I look at the results from tests and work and assessment. Cool.
If you had one thing to change about the school, what would it be?
One thing to change, I'd like a good entrance. I have a few things, I'm allowed a few things. A good entrance where mums and dads could come in with prams, that would be really helpful. I would like to improve the asphalt. I don't like where all the tree roots come up all bumpy all over the place. That's one thing I would like to improve and put in a nice big netball basketball court, improve that. They're very expensive. But they're some of the things I'm definitely keen to work on.
How do you feel about becoming principal?
I'm very proud. I'm very overwhelmed sometimes by being principal. I love working with the children. I miss being in the classroom and being a teacher though sometimes, but I like that I'm able to work with lots of classes and lots of children. Pause for 1 second. Next question.
Okay.
How long have you been at the school?
How long? I've been at Sutherland Public School for 5 years now, I think.
Is it hard to
be hard. Some days are better than others. I love the bits where I get to work with children and celebrate successes and we have lots of fun things, but when we have difficult things happen or people doing the wrong thing, I find that a little bit tricky. And I definitely found COVID tricky in an empty school with all of the art. I miss that.
How busy would you rate the school as?
How busy? Ooh. You mean busy for me or busy for the children, or both? Bit of both. Some days very busy for the adults. The teachers are always busy. I think you can tell that. They're always working and writing lessons and marking work and doing things. Most of the time the children are pretty busy, whether they're learning in class or when we are back to normal activities. We've got band happening and dance and choir and Peter Messiah and lots of different activities. So I think we're all pretty busy. Sometimes a bit too busy, I think, at Sutherland Public School.
What other schools have you taught?
Lots of different schools. My school that I was at before here was Heathcote East Public School, where I was principal there. And then before that I taught lots of different schools in Sydney. And before that I worked in London and I was a teacher in schools in London.
How would you say universities are big?
UOCs, I think they're fitting in just fine. I worry a little bit that they had a bit of a hard start to the year. They were only here for 7 weeks and then we shut down for COVID. So I think probably they might feel it's been a bit of a tricky and an unusual year for them. But what always amazes me is the Sutherland children always welcome any new children into our school, whether they're in the OC program or any other class. They make sure that they look after them and show them around. And I think the OC children are always a wonderful advantage and addition to our school because they're so excited to be here and to work with our school.
How long have I been here? I think I got here in 2003, maybe about 17 years. This is my 17th year. Yes, my 17th.
What's the best thing about this school?
The best thing about this school, the students, without a doubt.
So, if you retired, would you be sad?
No, I'm looking forward to the time. But I hope to stay in touch. Maybe do some volunteer work at schools, reading groups, that sort of thing.
Will you miss the students when you leave?
I miss the students.
Yeah.
Definitely there's some parts I won't miss, I'll be honest. But generally, definitely miss.
How would you like to be treated as a teacher?
Treated as a teacher, like you. I think teaching is an important part of society, so they deserve respect. I think primary school teachers are a lot harder than high school teachers. That's only high school teachers. Primary school teachers definitely work hard. Just the respect is the main part.
If you could change the school one way, what would you change?
Change. It's pretty good. Probably, I'd change the actual physical part of the school would be to get the oval down, to fix up the oval so that it's nice and grassy and kids can run around, fall over and not get hurt or dirty. Fix up some of the asphalt areas, maybe even some more fake grass down there so people can run around more and not get injured.
Are you sure about all your answers?
I'm not sure. Pretty sure. I thought about it a lot.
Okay. Well, that's
Is that it?
So this is the dungeon.
You know the sign.
Yeah, we're turning on the lights and
We're going in.
And we have some beautiful writing from the past.
this is actually history, so
So yeah.
Yeah.
And here's
Coffee.
Cup of coffee. An old coffee, which I would want to have.
and here's some paint. Old dance costumes.
Let's keep going.
and then here's a really old door that was signed by a lot of kids in like 2004. It's for Edweek.
And
There you see Shiloh.
And then there's a big fat skeleton named Dave.
Yeah.
And there's random stuff there that we don't
And
know.
all of a sudden we see
And then there's
Oh my God!
Huh?
Amazing girl. Oh, who's that little child?
She's
There's
back
a man
again!
of
She's
beauty.
back again. And
And
some
there's more
holes
riding.
and riding.
About
Wow.
Sutherland Public School. People, okay. What would you change about the school? That you're allowed to go to business. Okay. How do you feel about the B6s? Good. Do you have a favorite teacher? Mr. Rock? Okay. What do you like about Sutherland Public School? I like it when I do 10 times. What about you, Faith? The award. The awards? Yeah. Okay. If you had one thing that you can change about Sutherland Public School, what would it be? If you could change something about Sutherland Public School, what would it be? Riley, do you want to go first? Do you have something that you would like to change about Sutherland Public School? Yeah, what thing would you like to change? Oh, that's nice. The car park? Yeah. Okay, what about you? Got something?
This bench was right next to that bench.
Okay, that's good. How do you like the year sixes and what do you like about them? Pretend I'm not here, just pretend that you're by yourself talking. Okay? So what do you like about them?
That they're really tall.
They're really tall.
Yeah.
What about you, Riley? I like them a lot. You like them a lot? Okay. Do you have a favorite teacher?
Yeah.
Who is it?
What about you? Miss Apple.
Miss Appleton?
Yeah.
I like how Sutherland Public School has like very nice students and teachers, and they are always like welcoming if you're new.
The same thing that Luke said, and that they're also always including us in games and having fun.
If you could change one thing about Sutherland Public School, I think that if we could change one thing about Sutherland Public School, is to maybe have more space because these schools are really small.
What Lynn said was just and over recess and lunch.
How do you feel about being in the OC? I think the OC class is wonderful because you can have teams who really used to all the students that you with every year, and the teachers are also there for us.
Same thing that Lynn said I can. But also it's challenging and I just enjoy it.
How do you feel about these sixes? These sixes are really nice. They like to we have a lot of fun.
Well, Lynn said again. And they can be annoying from time to time, but it's only year 6 job.
This is our garden. So here we have little tomatoes, and on that little arc there is passion fruit. Here we have tomatoes again, some capsicum, and then we have some carrots and some.
Hello, camera.
Can I please ask you why you joined our group? Oh,
I'm born on Disappointment Island.
I want to be in the shop. Ow, shop.
Okay.
Move it.
My jump rope.
I'm now gonna turn into the
Come in.
Okay, that's
No,
not.
I'm beautiful. No, me.
I'll say something. So that concludes our documentary on Sutherland Public School.
We hope that you enjoyed.
And yes, we hope you liked it. And we, just so you know, we tried our best.
Yeah.
Bye.